In our friend group, every big fight somehow started with a sentence that began, "Please don't be mad at me," but Harper told me. She'd start the fire, then show up with a bucket, get everyone to thank her for the water she brought, and forget the gas she poured. For years, I thought we were just messy. Then I mapped every blow-up in our group chat and realized the common denominator wasn't drama. It was one person who needed us broken so she could feel useful. My name is Noah Gray. In my late 20s, my friend group felt like family. Weekly trivia nights, shared holidays, breakups, and promotions, all in one chat. At the center of it all was Harper. Harper drove you to the airport. Harper stayed up until 3 a.m. when you cried about your ex. Harper knew everyone's birthdays, allergies, and childhood traumas. If you asked any of us who the heart of the group was, we'd pick her. She called herself the mom friend. We called her our rock. Looking back, we should have asked why a rock was always watching the house burn. Our group had issues. 2 people hooked up when they shouldn't have. Someone flaked on rent. We were not blameless, but the way things exploded always felt bigger than the mistakes. Arguments came out of nowhere. One day, my friend Jess and our roommate Tyler were fine. The next, Jess wouldn't speak to him because she'd heard what he said. Brian blocked his own sister from the chat after information came out. Every time, the spark flew in private, and Harper appeared later, exhausted, saying she'd spent all night mediating for us. The turning point was when my own relationship got pulled into the mess. I'd been dating Emma for about a year. We weren't perfect, but we were okay, until suddenly, we weren't. Out of nowhere, Emma stopped coming to group events. She said she felt judged. Then she dropped a bomb. "I heard what you told Harper about me." I'm not stupid. Apparently, I told Harper that Emma was clingy, emotionally unstable, and probably cheating. I hadn't. I'd vented once about needing more alone time, the way you do with a friend, and Harper had turned it into a character profile. We broke up, cleanly, but bitterly. I blamed myself for a while. Then, one night, scrolling through old messages, my brain did something it hadn't done before. It started connecting dates. Every major fight in the friend group followed the same pattern. One person vents to Harper in private. A concerned version of that vent shows up in someone else's DMs. Harper spends hours listening to both sides. Harper tells each person the other is not in a place to hear you right now. Everyone ends up more alone, except her. Human behavior 101. If someone always seems to be the only one everyone trusts, but we all mysteriously distrust each other, something's off. I didn't want to blow up the group. I wanted my life back. So I did something boring. I made a spreadsheet. I listed every major fight I could remember from the past 3 years. What started it? Who told who what? And whose name appeared in all the "please don't be mad at me" but messages. Her name showed up in every row. Then I pulled screenshots, not of her worst moments, but of the pattern. Times she rewrote what someone said. Times she called people crazy behind their backs and misunderstood to their faces. Times she starter-packed a conflict and then wrote, "I'm so tired of being in the middle." I sent one message in the group chat, a long, calm breakdown of the pattern with screenshots and a simple question at the end. Has anyone had a major fight in this group in the past 3 years that didn't go through Harper's inbox first? The chat went dead for a while. Like really dead. No reaction gifs. No defensive walls. Just people reading. Then, one by one, people started chiming in. "Wait, she told me you said I was too sensitive. She told me you two thought I was crazy. She said Emma didn't want you at that party. Emma texted me that she's been missing you." Harper jumped in swinging. "How dare you? After everything I've done for you. You're ungrateful. You're twisting my kindness." But this time, no one rushed to reassure her. Nobody said, "Don't be mad at me," but in the end, nobody canceled her. We just stopped feeding the machine. People started saying things directly to each other instead of through her. Dinner invites went into a new group chat she wasn't in. When she tried to mediate privately, people replied, "Thanks, but I'll talk to them myself." She faded out. Found new people, probably. I don't know. What I do know is that the volume in my life dropped. Fewer explosions, more honest, small conversations. Emma and I even got coffee months later and traded stories, both realizing how much had been twisted. Human behavior can be messy. Sometimes people like Harper don't wake up and decide, "I will ruin lives today." They just don't know who they are without being needed. So they create situations where they're always the hero in their own head. If this story feels like your friend group, if there's always one person at the center of every secret and every fire, you don't have to wage war or win a screaming match. You can simply stop letting your pain be their stage. Talk directly. Refuse to play messenger. Starve the drama of its favorite fuel, confusion. Hope beyond hurt isn't about getting back at someone like Harper. It's about finally living a life so boringly peaceful that people like her get bored and drift away.